Right, so you're welcome back from the break. This is the bottom line, and let me take you through what's been happening right from, I think, the beginning of last week. We saw Anas post on his social media handles or pages what is happening, the work that he's doing in Galamsey, and the name that he's christened, the work that he's done in Galamsey, and what's going to happen tonight and tomorrow, the screening of a video that he's done in the space of Galamsey. We are interested because of the issues surrounding Galamsey, the employment issues, the economic issues, the economic hardships in the country. You are aware that we've been talking about inflation rates, which has jumped at least 60% in the year alone. We are talking about 40.4% inflation rate currently. We are talking about cement prices that are going up. We are talking about other prices that are going up. We are talking about exchange rates. The Bank of Ghana's website is showing about 13 Ghana cedis for selling and a little over 13 Ghana cedis for those that are buying as well. So everybody is interested in the economy. We here on the bottom line, we're interested in anything that borders in there or on the economy. And so we had very much anticipated what was happening that Anas had in the space on Galamsey and on the economy, which was going to affect the economy. Remember also that a lot of Ghanaians had made calls for the finance minister, Honorable Ken Akufo-Addo. His appointment should be revoked. He should be sacked. That was a call by a lot of Ghanaians. Based on some of them economic reasons, others based on the fact that they were just tired with the minister, others based on the perceptions that were being put out by people. Those that were citing economic reasons are citing the fact that in economics, we have what we call signaling. People don't have confidence. People don't have hope in the finance minister again. Investors who have invested their monies in the markets, the Ghanaian markets, do not have confidence that the minister can still hold us to the fourth. For the fact that he had talked about Ghana never going to the IMF, for the fact that he has spoken about e-levy, that it was going to hold us up, and so on and so forth. And so, people were repatriating their monies, and so investors were taking back their monies. Now, taking away the finance minister would mean that there was some hope which was going to be renewed in the economy, and so people would now bring back their monies. It led to some members of the majority side of parliament also making a press conference to call on the president to sack his finance minister. The president, however, reposes a lot of confidence in the finance minister. And of course, the Minister of State in charge of Finance, Mr. Boahen, who vehemently supported the actions and the cause and the activities of the Finance Minister himself, Mr. Ken Akufo-Addo, in holding up the economy. The argument from the president and, of course, the people that supported him had been that if you look at the macroeconomic indicators between 2017, 2018, 2019, and early part, the first month of 2020, before COVID hit the country, the macroeconomic indicators were very stable. The activities, even the micro, the things that you say on and talk about the strength of the economy were very stable. The economy was doing well. The economy was in strong hands. The economy was very healthy. And so you cannot, based on COVID, you cannot, based on Ukraine-Russian war, which are exogenous factors, imported inflation, which are exogenous factors, which are affecting the economy, to just sack the minister and the Minister of State in charge of Finance. However, last week, the weekend, and today has seen a twist in things or in activities that are happening in the space of finance and in the space of the economy, based on the expose from Anas on the deputy, he's a former deputy minister of finance, and of course, a minister of state in charge of finance. What has happened? If you look at the front page of Daily Guide or the New Crusading Guide this morning, where Anas is a co-editor of, Kokubako is the managing editor of the New Crusading Guide. You will see what comes up here. Let's look at the top right corner. AICC beats retreat over Anas Galamsey economy premiere. Venue still conference center. So to begin with, there had been a letter from Tiger IPI telling the whole of Ghana that even though they had satisfied the conditions and the requirements for the Accra International Conference Center, AICC, to be able to screen the video tonight, that's 5 p.m. today and 5 p.m. tomorrow, they had received a letter stating that they could not go on because of some difficulties of allowing them to do the screening. Later on, we received a letter from the AICC stating that there was some misunderstanding and not a fact of the matter that they wanted to stop the screening. So you will see that by this morning, they had rectified that, and the New Crusading Guide was reporting that they will be able to go on. So it says AICC beats retreat over Anas Galamsey Economy Premiere, and the venue is still Conference Center. So those of you who could not go and watch today, tomorrow the venue is still the Conference Center, and you will be able to see it. So this is a shot from the video as seen on the screen. It says undercover, and you have Charles Edu Boahen here, Minister of State in charge of finance. This is our minister and the cash. Read story on the 3rd and 10th page of the newspaper. This is what we saw this morning, and this is what triggered a lot of actions and activities in the space, media space, in the economic space, in everybody that is interested in what's happening in the country this morning. Right when this paper came up, and of course, if you wake up by 4 a.m., 5 a.m., you would receive, if you have subscribed to the New Crusading Guide, you would receive a copy of it. And by the early hours or the wee hours of today, people have started saying this. What we saw was a statement from the presidency through the secretary of the president, the press secretary of the president, Mr. Eugene Ahen, telling everybody that after a brief discussion with Mr. Charles Edu Boahen, the president has terminated the appointment of Mr. Charles Edu Boahen. Then right after, we received a statement again from the office of the vice president talking about his integrity. I don't know which of the statements that we have ready, but if we have, I think, well, this is a statement, I suppose, is from this is a statement from Anas himself. That's after we saw the statement or the release from the New Crusading Guide. This is a statement on the social media page of Anas, Aremeyao Anas. He is the head of the Tiger IPI. It says, Charles Edu Boahen, Minister of State in charge of Finance at the Office of the President, has revealed to Tiger Eye that the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, needs just $200,000 token as an appearance fee and some positions by an investor for the Vice President's siblings to get his backing and influence in establishing a business in Ghana. Now, this revelation was made in a meeting with Tiger Eye investigators who, in an undercover investigation, posed as businessmen in a hotel room in the United Arab Emirates. Remember that we saw an expose like this on the then GFA president, and the meeting place was in the UAE as well. Somebody will wonder what happens in the UAE when our big men are taken to the UAE, put in a room, and the discussions, or when they see the sheikhs with their regalia, what happens to them and why they begin talking like that. We can go back to the statement. It says, this was an investigation into top-level corruption that undermines investor confidence in Ghana. According to Charles Edu Boahen, the vice president needs an appearance fee of only $200,000 for him to avail himself and offer his support to an investor. This is the Galamsey economy. This is the statement put up by Anas, Aremeyao Anas. And we would have cause to ask some of the government appointees that we have, and I have the opportunity to meet quite a number of them, whether if you want to meet the vice president, you need some $200,000 before you are able to meet the vice president. So take note of two key things which were reviewed by Anas in his statement. First of all, you need $200,000 appearance fee to be able to meet the vice president. And secondly, you need to be able to sort out the siblings of the vice president, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, before you're able to get any contract or any activity that you need to go ahead to do with them. I'm not able to confirm that. I've had the opportunity to meet the Vice President on a very brief occasion, though, and we didn't have to cough up any money. We've had the opportunity to invite them to our programs, and we didn't have to cough up any money. We have some people who are very close to the Vice President here in the studio. I'm sure if he allows, I would have the opportunity to ask him the number of times that he's had the opportunity to meet the Vice President, he's had to cough up any money. But these are the two issues you should note. And this was according to Charles Boahen from the video of Anas Aremeyao Anas. So this is the statement. Then we received a statement from the Vice President, Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, on his Facebook page, talking about his integrity. This is a man who, it is very clear that he will be contesting for the flag bearership position of the New Patriotic Party against Alan Chematin, against Honorable Kennedy Ajapong, against the Great Minister, against Boache Jakun, and so on and so forth, to lead the party into a victory in 2024 against the NDC or a loss in 2024 against the NDC. Whichever way, he wants to lead the party and become the leader of the party after their national flag bearer elections. And so 2024 is a different matter to talk about. But here, we talk about employment, we talk about business, we talk about matters of the economy. Because of what he stands for and him being a vice president, he says he has much integrity. And so this is the statement he put up on his page. We picked it 26 minutes after he put up the statement on his page. It says, my attention has been drawn to a video by Anas Aremeyao Anas, as posted on his social media handle, showing the Minister of State for Finance, Mr. Charles Boahen, apparently using my name, so I'm quoting the statement as it's put there, using my name, inter alia, to peddle influence and collect money from supposed investors. I would like to state that if what the minister is alleged to have said is accurately captured in the video, then his position as a Minister of State is untenable. He should be dismissed summarily and investigated. I'm not aware of any such meeting held by Minister Boahen or a supposed appearance fee. My most cherished asset in life is my integrity, and I will not allow anyone to use my name to engage in corrupt activities. And you have to take note of some of the things that the Vice President stated here. It says, I would like to state that if what the minister is alleged to have said is accurately captured, I think the Vice President was very legal here, or this statement was guided by his legal team to put out. He says, if what is captured, because it is very obvious that Mr. Charles Boahen will be meeting Anas and the Tiger PI in court to verify what is captured in the video and to maybe show whether he's innocent or he's actually guilty of what has been put up. Now he is in the court of the public opinion, obviously, and he will now have to take a legal action after he's seen the video. But the Vice President said if what is being captured is accurately captured, then his position as a government appointee is very untenable and has to be terminated. He uses it's untenable. His position is untenable, which means his appointment has to be terminated immediately. Now, right after that, we received the final letter, which I'm going to put up to you. You see, Communications Directorate, Jubilee House, Accra, which is from the presidency. The statement that sacked the president, the Minister of State in charge of Finance, Charles Boahen. And I'll read this to you. It says the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has terminated the appointment of the Minister of State at the Ministry of Finance, Mr. Charles Boahen, with immediate effect. After being made aware of the allegations leveled against the minister in the expose, Galamsey Economy, the President spoke to Mr. Boahen, after which he took the decision to terminate his appointment and also to refer the matter to the Special Prosecutor for further investigations. The President thanked Mr. Boahen for his strong services to his government since his appointment in 2017 and wished him well in his future endeavors. Signed, Eugene Ahin, Director of Communications, Jubilee House, the 14th day of November 2022. This is what's happening in the country right about now. Well, there was a purported statement from Mr. Charles-Addo Boahen. But the Facebook handle said Akufo-Addo Boahen. And these are some of the comments that have been coming after. Let me try and read this briefly. Ejiri Labi said there are many of his, that's Charles-Addo Boahen type, in the ministries and government agencies using the superior's name for their selfish gains, assuming without admitting to the facts of his claims. How on earth will a subordinate want 20% of a $500 million contract? Well, Latif says, Charles-Addo Boahen is just a minute fraction of the syndicate. It goes far beyond him. It has eaten into the head. Hashtag Anas, hashtag Galamsey economy. I want to cut the comments that are coming on here. We'll have a lot of them if we have time. We'll read them in the course of the discussions. But Akufo-Addo Boahen, we don't know whether that's Charles-Addo Boahen, had put up a statement that he's seen the video, he would want to go to court, take on the video, and be able to verify the things that are in legally. We'll wait to see that. For us, what we are interested in is how the economy turns out. What will be the president's reaction? A lot of people are saying that they see that the finance minister will follow. This is a shake-up that has begun. If the people were calling on the president to do a shake-up and it wasn't happening, the system itself has begun a shake-up for the president. In the next 2 weeks, on the 23rd, actually, we are expecting the finance minister to be reading the budget on the floor of Parliament. It was supposed to be tomorrow, which is the 15th day of November. However, it's been postponed to the 23rd. Take note that we'll be seated here digesting the budget to you, but we all wait to see whether it will be Ken Ofori-Atta reading the budget, or some have started speculating the majority leader in Parliament as the one who will be reading the budget. We all wait to see what happens. We'll end it here for now and leave you to your judgment, leave you to your comment. We'll post this on social media and ask you to comment. I'm sure we'll come back to read some of them, either today or in our subsequent bulletins next week.